Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another TikTok ads video, and I'm going to be showing you guys through my little brand new strategy. I actually showed you guys my last strategy, but I think this one is actually a little bit better, and it's going to be much easier for you guys to implement. You guys can see right here, you guys can check this out. I just have this little testing account that I created, and I was just running some ads just for fun for the last couple of days, and you could see that I actually had a really crazy good cost per click. So it only costed me 14 cents on average to get 921 clicks. Now that is crazy. I'm going to be going through everything, I'm going to be explaining everything, and I'm going to teach you guys a little bit. Right, so first thing you want to do is you actually want to turn on traffic. If you just created a TikTok advertising account, it doesn't really make much sense to actually go into conversions. So as of right now, go into traffic. Once you build your pixel up a little, then it makes sense to go into conversions. As of right now, when you're beginning with TikTok ads, you actually want your ads to be top of the funnel. So therefore, traffic, app installs, video views, anything like that. Just don't do conversions right now. Do conversions once your pixel actually has gotten some more traction going. So we're gonna do that traffic for now. We're gonna name our campaign so traffic. In order to also get your ad live, one of the first things you should also do is just click on no limit for the budget. Now later on we're gonna be able to actually set a budget, so don't worry about any of that. So click continue. Now obviously you don't have to do this, but I personally like to be organized here, so I'm just gonna name it ad group. And because we're gonna be taking this to a website, not an app, obviously you want to click website, and then we're going to use my little test pixel here. You can actually click on complete payment. Don't click on anything else. Anything else is an absolute waste of time. So we click on this and we scroll down, and then you want to hit select placement, right? So now that we're here, you want to click off of these Pangle and newsfeed apps. Waste of time, click off of it and just keep on TikTok. Keep your user comments on simply because engagement is better. When it comes to the video download, most of the time you want to leave it on so that if someone downloads your video, hopefully later down the line they'll go through their camera and they'll be like, this was actually a good idea, and then they'll go check out your store. So next we scroll down the creative type. You don't have to worry about this, just click off of it. Targeting. So this is very important because as of right now we're going to be finessing our pixel. So because you just made a new pixel, this pixel works in the exact opposite way that Facebook does. The TikTok pixel tries to get as many people as it possibly can for the lowest cost possible, which is totally opposite of Facebook. Usually Facebook pixel, when you first create it, it's very expensive up front, but then later on it gets cheaper. TikTok is the exact opposite. So that's why whenever I make an ad, I actually use a new pixel every day or two. You don't want to do any of the audiences. Just totally forget about any of this. Just avoid that. Because I'm in the United States, we're going to set the demographic to the United States. Put our gender to all. And I do not target 13 to 17 year olds. So I'm going to click off of that and I'm going to click everything except that. Now keep in mind, yes, TikTok does primarily focus on having a Gen Z audience. That does not mean that 55-year-olds are not using the app. A lot of older people use the app, so don't be scared of clicking off of that. Just leave it on, and if anything, later on, once you actually have your ad running, and if you see that less people in this age group are buying your product, then you just turn it off, and then you don't have those people buying your product anymore. TikTok is actually going to recommend these to you, but we're going to totally ignore this and we're going to move on. Now, also something really cool of TikTok is that you can actually target the operating system. So Android, iOS, also the operating system versions, which is also pretty cool. The models, even the connection types. So majority of the time I will actually go in here and I'll select Wi-Fi, because if someone is using Wi-Fi, that will mean that they're more likely to be home, therefore they're more likely to buy something. So I select Wi-Fi. Any of this doesn't really matter, blah blah blah, so we'll skip that. So here's actually the budgeting. This is the important part. So TikTok actually wants you to spend at least $20 a day. For a beginner, anything is fine. 25 is good, just to get your pixel working a little bit, just to get some traffic to your website so you can start to figure everything out. Something very important is that TikTok actually recommends 50 times over your CPA. And it's actually best practice to set a daily budget of at least 20 times your target CPA. With that said, TikTok recommends 50 times CPA for better results. For example, if your current budget is $25 per day, it might take $30 per one conversion. At this rate, you may only receive one conversion a day, totaling about 7 a week. That $30 is just an example, and I've seen it much higher, also much lower. TikTok recommends 20 to 50. 50 is the best, but as of right now, because we're only starting out with this strategy, just set it to 20 to 25. That should be fine. Now that we have the daily budget, we want to move on to run continuously. As of right now, you want to leave it on. Also, a little tip is that when you make your ad, you should try to get it live around 8 a.m., 9 a.m., just a little bit earlier in the day. For example, we really don't want it to be running past 9 p.m. and we don't want it running anything earlier than 6 a.m. because during those times, a lot of people are just on their phones scrolling through, looking through products and not really focusing on buying. Yes, there are people that actually will buy products at that time. However, there will be much less, so your conversions will be much lower. Therefore, your ads will be running much less efficiently. So this is basically the part where you can actually control what time your ads run, day parting. As of right now, don't worry about this. So we're gonna skip through this. And now your optimization goal is clicks here. And then you want to click on lowest cost, which is already clicked for us. Now that we're on this page, this is basically one of the more important parts because this is where we need a very strong creative. I already have my own creative, so I'm just going to go and click on that. Now that we have our creative selected, we want to move down to the text. For me, something very short, simple, sweet is usually the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in something that relates to the video creative. So my creative has a dog harness. I'm selling a dog harness with this store, and what we're focusing on is trying to get people to understand the value of the harness. Why is it good? It's a cool pet harness, and the whole idea about it is that it's customizable, so it's already going to be more valuable to the average consumer. So because we're targeting people that like dogs, and because there's dogs inside of the ad, we want to create a relatable caption or description here. So the reason I actually have this description is because if you go onto a TikTok video, an organic video, you scroll through and it's got something along with a dog, and then sometimes it's like a meme of a dog. Then if you check the comments, something at the top of the comment section will be something along the lines of that ain't your dog, that's your dog. So because of this, I'm basically making it more relatable, a little funny humor, and it's just gonna help us down the line. Now, next thing what you wanna do is you wanna have your offer. So you don't want anything sleazy or lame like a lot of people have. You don't wanna do limited time only, that's lame. You want a little bit more information. So today is actually Thursday, so we're going to put it until Monday. There we go. It's short, sweet, very easy. So destination page, we want to leave it on standard. Shop now is actually automatically recommended to us, so you just want to leave that. Once you pass the URL, you want to turn off this button. If you leave it on, then other business owners or dropshippers can see your ads and therefore your website, so they can just easily steal your content, your ads, and it's just not worth it. So just turn that off. So now that we're done, we want to just, go through everything. I've already checked everything, make sure everything is good. So I'm going to hit submit, and there you go. That's your ad.